choppy water and it's icy today with kind of, I think the sleet. God, that is low sea temperature. It's a wet, wintry day today, and it's 5.1 degrees, 4.8 degrees of air temperature. I'll just check the sea temperature on it. It's choppy water and it's icy today with kind of, I think the sleet or maybe even snow today, and it's a real step change in temperature. And God, that is low sea temperature. 4.9 degrees. Now that is some change. That is incredible. Oh my God. I can't believe it's that low. It does feel icy, but that is incredible drop in temperature today. And I'm really glad I managed to swim in that, because, and I'm really glad I didn't measure it before getting in. 4.9 degrees. I'm shivering after coming out of that, but I usually am shivering after coming out of the sea swim anyway. It's nothing new there, but that was a whole new ballpark at 5 degrees Celsius, and that was a completely new experience. Out of the water about half an hour now, and that was the toughest cold yet. It was just overnight temperatures were very low, down to about 1 degrees, that the sea is rolling over very cold sand, and also I noticed it's churning up the sand, so very cold sand and icy sand has been churning up, and it's probably causing a very local reduction in the water temperature. So it went down about 5 degrees in one day, which is quite astonishing. I'm certainly glad that I didn't better put on the heat here, Jesus. So I'm glad I didn't measure the temperature before getting in, because it probably would have discouraged me from doing it. So I measured it afterwards so it wasn't that much of a, well, it was a fantastic sense of achievement that way, knowing that I'd gone in, swam for that, and coming out and having seen that low temperature gave me that extra boost. So I'm shivering now after being in there, and I suppose some people would wonder, what's the point of all this? Would you put yourself through that shivering, that discomfort? And really, that's the answer. It's the pleasure is in the discomfort. the pleasure is in the pain in some ways. The pleasure is in the the agony and the ecstasy. There is an ecstasy associated with it. I mean, I am kind of buzzing after that, and I don't know whether that's adrenaline or neuroadrenaline or norepinephrine or whatever they call it, and my skin is just on fire in a way, which is a very odd feeling, but it's a lovely feeling. And I can see how it's addictive, because you get that jolt, you get that all over body feeling of like you're under attack, really, and your body is fighting back, and maybe that's your immune system kicking into gear, and your immune system lighting up and fighting on your behalf. And that's a very beautiful thing, really. And the shivering that I feel when I come out, I mean, I feel like that when I'm coming out, even during the summer after the water, and it's not really a discomfort, it's not really a horrible thing. It's kind of I almost enjoy it, that kind of shivering. It's just a natural reaction to my body warming itself up by getting itself moving again, and it's a pleasant thing. It's a bit like waking up the day after a good run or a weights workout, and you feel the pain in your muscles. It's a pleasant pain, really, because it's a reminder of that you've pushed your body that little bit more. And for me, this whole thing is this whole sea swimming thing for me has been a very important experience for me, because it's pushing myself out of my comfort zone. It's putting myself into discomfort deliberately. It's pushing my body to new limits that I wouldn't have pushed to before. And it's that jolt every day out of a normal comfort zone. Slashing rain out now, as it was when I was in the water. And it's a total mind shift, because a year from now I would have been running from that rain, and this temperature, it's 4 degrees or less. And now what I'm doing is I'm doing the opposite. I'm taking off clothes, going out there and getting into the wild sea in 4 degrees Celsius with the water degrees at 5 degrees Celsius. And I'm voluntarily shocking myself with the cold. And mentally and physically, that's doing me an awful lot of good, in that it's shifting my perspectives, and it's shifting my perceived ability to handle cold and adversity. And that is certainly, it trains the mind, I think, in a very positive way. For me, this whole experience has been fantastic, and it's shivering still, and it's a nice shivering, but it's a journey, and it's, in some ways, this journey has been inspired by discovering Wim Hof and other people. And actually, that's just reminding me that one of the good things to do after coming out is to do the deep breathing, which helps with the shivering and circulation of your blood, and kind of getting the temperature back up. I would never have breathed like that in a million years before now, but that is actually, there's a kind of a little bit of a high after breathing like that, and I'm calmer, and the shivering has stopped. Just looking outside now, and the lashing rain, and to think that I've been out there and swimming in that. At one point I would have considered that was impossible. I would have used the word impossible, and now I know that is entirely possible. And it's opened my mind to other things which I would have looked as impossible for this, and now I know I can do anything, really. So that's a very empowering feeling.